I want to start off this commentary by saying I got nothing but love for my tryhards. For any of you guys that just play the game 100% to win, you're all about that kill-death ratio. You don't use any other guns other than the best guns in the game, the submachine guns, the assault rifles. You're all about keeping that KD nice and shiny and that win-loss all positive. I have nothing but love for you guys. I'm just going to be talking about my experiences with trying hard, being a tryhard, tryhards in general, and just this whole idea of what it is to be a tryhard. So what's up, guys? Muzzafuzza here, bringing you some more COD BO2, otherwise known as Call of Duty Black Ops 2 gameplay commentary. I got a little aftermath gameplay here with the Type 25 with a red dot. I've got that elite camo looking sexy with the orange, and I want to talk about tryharding today. I want to talk about trying your little ass off. And I don't want to get any tryhards mad at me for this commentary, because I'm not hating. I'm not hating at all. I have nothing but good things to say about all the people that try their little panties off in this game. So don't get your tryhard panties in a bunch. Don't get your MLG sweatpants in a bundle. Everything's going to be A-OK. And I want to start with a little backstory. So when I first started playing Call of Duty, very first started, this would be like Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2. I didn't even play the multiplayer because I didn't know how to, so I was only playing the single player. I only played the single player from COD 1 to COD 2. I didn't play Call of Duty 3, and then when Call of Duty 4 came out, I played through the single player and finally got Xbox Live. This was back on the original Xbox. This was like 2008, and I played the COD 4 beta and the COD 4 multiplayer when it launched. And I was the kind of player that did not have my head around the game yet. I didn't have any muscle memory. I didn't know how to handle the sticks. I wasn't very good at first-person shooters because I was brand new to the Xbox controller. Before this, I had been using things like the N64 controller, the PS2 controller, the GameCube controller, the original Xbox controller, which is, yeah, kind of like the Xbox 360 controller, but whatever. I wasn't used to it. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, to sugarcoat it, I sucked. I really sucked. And that's sugarcoating it. I was a bad player. I was a newbie. I didn't know what I was doing. So I camped a lot. And I would be the kind of player that wanted to do sniping. I always knew that I wanted to snipe, but I didn't know how to put together the quick scopes. I had no idea about quick scoping or hard scoping or any of these terminology words, this vocabulary that people use nowadays to define different types of players and different play styles. So I would just be the kind of person that was proned out in the side of the map in the grass on like pipeline, or you know, on the back of the map on vacant, trying to get triples and just trying to line up shots so that I can land some easy hard scopes. And that's the kind of player I was for a while. Then I learned about some different things. I learned about SMGs and how fun it was to put on extreme conditioning and really just run around the map and be super mobile and drop shot and fly around corners and really build up kill streaks and do as well as you possibly can. And that was kind of when my first tryhard experience happened. I was using the MP5 on COD 4, the M16 red dot on COD 4. I was using the MP40 with Juggernaut and steady aim on World at War. And now that I think about that, oh god, that's disgusting. That's the worst. That's the most overpowered setup you can possibly use in Call of Duty World at War. And that's when things changed. When I stopped doing game battles and when I stopped being such a tryhard, and when I first got my very first capture card, which was a Dazzle DVC 100 standard definition, just a $60 capture card that could record your gameplay, I decided I was going to do something different. I decided I was going to snipe, but I was going to be the rushing sniper. I was going to be like Zer Grizz. I was going to be running up in people's spawns, up in people's faces, just trying to snipe as many people as I possibly could. And I was going to be jumping off of buildings and spinning and no-scoping and trying to no-scope across the map, even though most shots would miss. Every single one that landed was amazing. So I just became obsessed with no-scopes and getting montage clips and trying to land triples and collaterals and double headshots and back-to-back collats and quad feeds and all this stuff. And that's the kind of player I still am today. I just try to have the best experience gaming possible. I try to snipe, I try to use shotguns, I try to use unorthodox setups like freaking tomahawks, combat axes, ballistic knives, crossbows, whatever you can put in my hands, I try to get something cool with it. And that's still what I do to this day. But for a while, back in the World of War and COD 4 days, like I said, I was a tryhard, man. I was just trying to do as well as possible. I actually looked into my stats, like my win-loss ratio, my kill-death ratio. I would check all my friends' stats. And I think a lot of people in the Call of Duty community are still at that stage, and I just wanted to address that today. Like, if you take the game so seriously that you take your in-game stats more seriously than your high school grades, or your middle school grades, or your college grades, or whatever school you're in or you were in, I don't know if you're working a regular job now or whatever, I don't know your your personal circumstance right now. But basically what I'm saying is if you're taking your in-game stats more seriously than anything in real life, that's where the problem is. That's where I see a problem. Now, you can still take that stuff super seriously and then be a normal person outside of real life. I see that with tryhard commentators. I know a few people like that take the game super seriously, but then it still really doesn't even, it pales in comparison to what they care about in real life, their real responsibilities and their real things that they care about. And for me personally, Robbie, or Rob, or Robert if you want to get fancy, Muzzafuzza, this guy you're listening to on the microphone right here, for me, it's all about what I want to do at the time. If I want to go beast mode, if I really want to put my tryhard panties on and throw on that MLG sweatband and just sweat and camp and try hard my ass off and just try to get the biggest kill streak I possibly can and go for the nuke and go for the gold like a gold medal champion, showing off some gold medal gaming athleticism, white boy, then I can do that too. And it's ultimately up to you. It's just a choice. It's what you want to do at the time. It's how you want to play the game at that time. Like a lot of the times when I'm playing Call of Duty, any Call of Duty game, I won't be even wearing a headset. And I have a headset. I have a nice headset that I could use to sound whore and listen to everybody's footsteps and really play tactically and to my utmost advantage and try to be better than every single player online. And I could do that all the time if I wanted to, and I could probably have a lot better kill-death ratio and win-loss ratio than I have right now. But at the end of the day, it's not that serious. What's most important to me is making good videos, is making entertaining videos that people will enjoy and possibly laugh at and possibly, you know, take something away from. That's what I enjoy the most. And the reason I'm bringing this up, and if there's any lesson you could take away from this commentary right here, it's that you just have to avoid the frustration, because that's what comes along with it. If you take yourself too seriously in a video game or a sport or a regular game or school or your job or whatever it is, something that puts you under pressure, something that you have to really give a performance in, and you feel like you have to do well. If you put too much pressure on that, that's going to lead to nothing but stress and frustration and disappointment if you do bad, and just lots of negativity. And don't get me wrong, pressure is good. Stress can be a good thing. You can use stress as fuel. You can use stress to your advantage and become a better player because of stress. If you're the last person alive in a search and destroy round and you gotta pull off that 1 versus 6 clutch and kill the entire enemy team and defuse the bomb, that makes for some of the best gameplay, some of the best clips that people have ever seen. And that pressure can help you to be a better player and do better. Look at that knife for the stealth chopper, getting my kill streaks together finally at the end of this gameplay. But yeah, I think there's room for everybody on YouTube, and I think there's room for everybody in the gaming community. There's room for the tryhards, there's room for the people who don't care, there's room for the snipers, there's room for the hardscopers, there's room for the tips and tricks people, there's room for the MLG pros, there's room for the competitive gamers, there's room for the comedy people, there's room for the trolls, there's room for the jokesters and the pranksters, there's room for everybody. And the sooner we can dissolve these boundaries between all these different definitions, like tryhard and sniper and feeder and trickshotter and all these stupid names that people have come up with to try to define people and box people in. As soon as we can get past that, I think we're going to move on to a better future as a gaming community. I think the more people that can get along, the more people that can come together and share their gameplay and share their clips and share their tips and tricks and whatever it is, just share something. I think that's what we're here for. So thank you guys for watching. That's about it from me. This has been Muzzafuzza. If you guys enjoyed this video at all, took anything away from it, please help support it. Leave a like on it, maybe a favorite. Please. It's your support that decides whether a video is a success or a failure. And I think this video is a success. I'm going to personally take this video as a great success. I liked this video, and I'm happy to bring it to you guys. So thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. It's down below in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please like it up, and I will see you guys next time.